Can you cut to my hand for a second and see if there's any glare on these sleeves?
4-drop Chandra's makes Blue Moon playable again.
That's fine.
Alright, sweet. I was lazy and didn't re-sleeve. I'll just keep a hand here.
I think people read that card and like assume that the lands are exilable and playable.
Mine was completely unshuffled, so
That's fine. Take a second. Shotgun. So,
How do I get the guy out there? There we go.
So people, the card's in my hand. So people that are new to the stream tonight, there are links to the deck list below. Okay, we started recording. You're the best, Davey.
I tried.
All right, so there's a lot going on in this deck, and I'm not going to do a full deck tech with it. We're going to talk through the interactions as they come up. If you're interested in a full deck tech on what the heck's going on fully with the Aggro Scapeshift deck, I'll have an article posted on Card Market on Friday afternoon. Friday morning, it's like 11 a.m. Eastern or whatever. But anywho, we've got a lot of interesting cards here. Brad shuffling. Why don't you go ahead and put Soaring Sea Cliff up there for him?
Oh yeah.
This is Zendikar Limited All-Star Soaring Sea Cliff. I'm not even sure if this card was limited playable, to be honest. So this card enters the battlefield tapped, and it gives a creature flying until end of turn when it does. And basically, it lets us give one of our guys flying. And so one of the things it's expert analysis. One of the things I'm going to try not to shuffle my cards as much. One of the things that this deck does is we play cards like this Bladed Geopede here, and through things like Scapeshift and Knight of the Reliquary, we put a bunch of lands into play in one turn, and we make him very large and try and kill our opponent with it. And Soaring Sea Cliff allows us to make him evasive while we do that. Some other cards in my hand. This one's foreign, so I should put Prismatic Omen up there. Not that you could probably read it if it was in English, but I'll put it up on screen. So Prismatic Omen is another card that kind of makes this deck kind of tick and flow, and it is a 2-mana enchantment that makes all lands I control all 5 basic land types. This is not only relevant for Scapeshift with Valakut interaction, but it's also relevant with Knight of the Reliquary, because it lets Knight of the Reliquary sacrifice any land I have in play. It also makes my fetch lands all 5 basic land types, so I can tap them for mana and kind of hold them until I need the landfall trigger with them. My hand overall is super reasonable. We've got 3 lands on the play. We've got some threats. We've got interaction, possibly depending on what Brad's doing. And we know what Brad's doing, so I guess it's good. And we're going to keep, and Brad's going to continue shuffling.
Yeah.
You're fine.
My deck was completely together. I just put it together tonight, so sorry for that. I'm playing Infect. It's the winning list from... How do you say that town?
I don't know. Oh,
L-I-L-L-I or L-L-I?
Lily? Yeah.
Is it just Lily? I don't know.
L-I-L-E.
Sure.
I mean, it's not quite Worcester.
Why don't you put Plated Geopede up there, too, for the kids? I guess I had to have, like, 80% of my opponents read this card. So Plated Geopede actually was a limited all-star during Zendikar. It sees less play in Modern than its Landfall brother, Steplinks, but it's a 2-cost landfall creature with first strike. 2 of my opponents forgot that and got punished by it on Sunday. And whenever a land enters the battlefield under my control, gets 2/2 till end of turn.
Alright.
It's poop again.
Totally keeping it.
Yeah, it's a snap keep.
Alright, so I'm going to be on the play this game. Brad's going to go take us through his however many cards he's got there.
So we don't have a land. But we have 2 probes. We have a threat. And we have a scry. And we have a draw.
Perfect.
Yep, so scry for the people.
Alright, scry. It's a land. Keep.
Yep. I'm going to play the Soaring Sea Cliff on 1 and pass the turn.
18. Go.
This guy wrote this article about Phyrexian mana and how bad it was in the game, and your hand's just so bad without that.
It's so true. It's so true.
There was one of those Grand Prix back in the day where Nelson kept without the scry rule, kept a no land 6 on the play with double probe in it. And he won the game.
Got there. Yep. Not surprised.
All right, so we actually drew a copy of Explorer for the turn. This one's a 4 and 2. I'm sorry, I borrowed these cards, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that one up there on the screen for the folks. So lets you play additional land for the turn. So against Infect, I'm not really sure. I think our chances of us dying on 2 are pretty low. So I'm just gonna go ahead and shock and play out the Plated Geopede. One of the things that you have to do when you're playing against combo decks and Modern is kind of strike a balance between playing conservatively and playing so conservatively that it puts you behind. It's pretty good there, Bradley.
17. Like a pro.
Is your full name Bradley?
My full name is Bradley. Yeah.
Look at that.
I just go by Brad, though.
Alright, so Brad's down to 17, which is good. This GOP's getting within striking distance.
Get it?
13.
What?
Ugh. Okay, GOP's real dead.
Nice card.
Just one, I think.
Yep, taking Infect. Do we have a Tom Ross counter here somewhere?
Oh yeah, I
In
have
the
it.
token box.
Yeah. He's in there somewhere.
And I'm gonna go to 11 to see what you got going on. It doesn't matter if I do this before or after combat. I'm not
Should be
gonna.
in there.
I'm not tapping out.
Did I miss it?
I can find you one if you don't.
And even if I drew like a mutagenic growth,
Oh no, we started with Infect and we're prepared.
It's in there
I
somewhere.
really need to put poison counters on the screen. Sorry, so my... Who did I play in the quarters? I beat an Infect player in the quarters. So one of the reasons I wanted to test this against the Infect matchup tonight to start was I beat Infect 4 times over the course of the Classic, and I can't believe the matchup's that good. So let's find out.
I already drew.
All right, so for now,
I'll find you one then.
Matt's looking for a poison counter. We're gonna put this die over here, and I've got one poison here on me.
Gotcha.
I'll draw. I think I'm just supposed to play the knight. It's close. Like Brad could have like double pump spell kill me. I guess I could also just like snap block with the knight. That seems loose though. I'll shock to 16. Cast the knight and pass.
I think I want to cycle this twisted image.
Yep.
Nine.
I drew another Explorer. So I have Explorer, Prismatic Omen, Path to Exile. You were at 9.
It's not very shoveled. Alright, 7.
You're at 7.
This is lands in your graveyard, right?
Yep.
Already at 7.
I think I'm obligated to block here. Brad played a second land out. We're dead to 2 pump spells here, but Come Immense is pretty bad for us either way, so this is only a 2-2, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to attempt to trade.
6, so I'm just gonna Vines kick Vines.
Yep.
Alright, you're up.
And we have this path in our hand, so we get a chance while Brad's tapped out here to kill this guy. I'm going to go ahead and start with Explore. We didn't pick up a land for the turn. Hopefully we can find a white source here. We did find a white source. I'll definitely play that out. And then we picked up Step Links for the turn, so I'm going to go ahead and play Step Links and pass this. This off. Unfortunately, we have to use the... It's possible I want to like hold that, but guaranteed getting his Infect guy off the table while we're still at 1 poison seems pretty profitable for us. What am I down to now? I'm down to 13. I guess I could theoretically die to this Noble too. So maybe I'm supposed to wait on that. I don't know. It's
On the
close.
path?
On the path, yeah. Just mostly because like this like give me 2 points of damage at some point.
Yeah.
Go ahead if I wait on it.
Well, we started with no lands, and we have 3 lands in hand right now.
I can't die by it.
Probably losing.
Really good.
Hey, that land kills me.
It does. But now I'm like blocking. Go ahead.
All right, let's start by exploring.
Mhm.
And okay, we drew some good ones. I'll go ahead and cast Prismatic Omen.
Yep.
I'll play Windswept Teeth.
Yep.
I will attack for 2.
I'm pretty sure I have to just block. So.
Yep, and I'm fine with this trade, so
Yep.
pass priority. And then we will tap our Windswept Teeth for white mana and play another Step Links. Good. Which again, Prismatic Omen
Good.
allows us to do because this is all 5 basic concepts.
Dry Arbor.
Yep.
Nice.
That's
Big plays.
Deck for 1, I'm down to 12.
Yep.
Okay, play my Flagstones and trigger. Attack for 2.
Am I doing this?
Sweet, man.
Block, become limits.
What's that feel like?
4, 5,
My step length is died.
6.
Go ahead.
Alright, we're
Man.
swinging for 2 every turn.
That tree.
Blighted Agent, take over 2.
Yep, I go to 10. And we've got 8 lethal draws in our deck. Valakut kills Brad here, and Scapeshift kills Brad. That is neither of those cards, so we're just going to go ahead and pass the turn.
And you're still at 1, right?
10 life, 1 poison.
Alright.
Are you really supposed to split the difference?
I don't know, am I?
I don't think so.
You're supposed to. I definitely think you're supposed to just go on one plan or the other,
sure,
right?
Sure. Sorry, yeah. You're
It's
right.
either 9 infect or 10 damage, so.
Yeah, it's probably Infect.
It's
Yeah.
probably Infect because if he plays a creature, it can block.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So
That's
we
fair.
go to 3 poison.
3 poison. Yep, go ahead.
Good. Sometimes your deck full of land draws lands, so, you know. They're the beds we have to line.
3, 4, 5. Kick vines. Well, I guess. Sorry, I should do this properly. Muted giant growth.
Yep, we're dead. Never know land in hand.
Yep.
Ah, there's the Valakut.
I like pathing on your turn because then he couldn't, because he still had cards in his hand, he could like,
Yeah.
have a vines in his hand or something like that.
Sure. So like and that's the mistake a lot of people make when they play this matchup is you're not pathing it inside of combat. Like the option there is if I don't path on my turn, I'm just not pathing it until Brad goes for it
End
or
step.
until I'm dead
It's end
otherwise.
step,
Yeah.
Or
So
correct, yeah.
the correct time to do it is either while Brad's tapped out there, or I just sit there and take my licks for 2 until he either goes to kill me or until I'm dead the following turn, and then I path it during his end step when I'm dead the following turn.
There's the Infect token, I think.
Where? No, it's
Oh.
not. But I figured we could just use that anyways because it's just a picture of Tom Ross's face. There you go.
Funny I didn't bring any tokens. It's like Matt surely has all.
Well, I don't understand how it moved from the.
We've definitely had it every other time.
And
so.
nobody comes down here.
I know where one is, if someone wants to take over real quick.
There's one.
Upstairs in my room, in one of my
Not
things.
worried about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
They'll
Just
live.
drawing a picture of Tom Ross.
They'll live.
Hope everyone's doing okay here tonight. We've got 200 people hanging out already. Welcome.
Did I ever tell you the Tom Ross ice cream story?
No.
So this was at the
Stream show.
Invitational.
Is it stream legal?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is at the Invitational, not the last one, the one right before, and Tom just did horrible.
Okay.
And so I went and got Indian food, and it was super spicy, and I'm standing in line to get some ice cream afterward, and Tom comes up behind me, and I've heard that he's done bad. And like an idiot, I'm like, "Hey Tom, how's your day going?" And he's like, "Oh, not good." He's with his fiance, so I was like, "Hey, how about you let me buy you some ice cream?" He's like, "No, that's okay. I don't really like ice cream." I was like, "Tom, who doesn't like ice cream? Let me buy you some ice cream." So he's like, "No, but you can buy my friend and my fiance some, or my girlfriend, or whatever it was." And I was like, "Really?" Like, he's gonna deflect ice cream off to his friend.
Look, man, he's pretty fit. You don't stay fit by eating
Sure.
ice cream from strangers.
At this point, though, I'm locked into buying ice cream. So I buy them both ice cream. I'm paying. I turn around, I hand the ice cream to Tom, and I pay the guy. And as I'm paying the guy, I hear Tom behind me go, "So do we just walk away now?" It's the most awkward thing I'd ever heard.
You're so awkward, Brad.
It was hilarious.
If you offered him a cigarette, he would have taken one, I'm sure.
It was so funny.
All right, so again, even though the Escape Shift deck lost, we rotate play draw when we play matches, so Brad's gonna be on the play for this game.
I don't have a threat, but I have a probe and I have a Dryad Arbor and several hierarchs. So I think I'm supposed to keep this hand. It's not good, but pretty sure this is one you keep.
All right, so on my side of the table, my hand's actually super reasonable again. This deck is something that I mulligan pretty aggressively with because we have such a high density of lands. We want to make sure we have action cards in our opening hands, and we have some action here. We actually have this card as well, which is particularly good. So start us off, Brad. Oh, Brad's gonna find out what all our cards are here. He said he
All
has a
right.
probe.
So yep, I'm going to.
God, I hate that magic card. So we've got a Knight, a GOP, a Manamorpho, Escape Shift, and 3 lands.
A
It's
two
fine.
life,
What are you talking about?
2 life peak.
All right. So you have no interaction right now.
None.
All right. So we drew a threat. So I'll take 3,
Nice knowing you.
15.
Good.
So typically, like, if he had interaction, I'd lead on Hierarch. But since we know his hand has nothing in it, that's interacting with us at the moment. Oh, that's awkward. Alright, Arbor.
God bless you. 2 poison.
2, go.
Alright, so we picked up some other cards that we already had. Manamorphose you want to save until a turn when you actually need the fixing. One of the things you want to note when fetching with this deck is that this configuration doesn't have a basic plains in it, so the Windswept Teeth is strictly worse than the Wooded Foothills, and since I'm fetching a Shockland here regardless, so you definitely use the Windswept Teeth first. So I'm going to go ahead and get Temple Garden and go to 17, play that. Go ahead. Yep. No blocks.
Oh, wait. Well, no, I have a force of a block. I wouldn't do that. Okay, 3.
Take up to 5.
Just played one of those. So. Go.
Yep. So we're probably just a turn slow here. I guess I can play another creature out here and block both of Brad's idiots next turn to not die. Let's lead on Manamorphose so we can get more information here. We don't really need the fixing, so we'll make... you have to declare your colors before you draw with Manamorphose, so we're going to make... it's green-red. Okay, that changes the math here. So, I think we're going to go ahead and cast Farseek. Yeah, we'll cast Farseek, getting a Stomping Ground, play fetch land and pass.
How much you just touched, right?
Brad's at 15, I'm at 17.
Yep.
You didn't touch right.
So Brad could definitely have a series of cards here that kills us, but we got a pretty good chance of ranching him here.
Thunder.
Yeah, it looked ugly outside.
Yeah,
Fair warning, there are storms coming in here where we live, so if there's any connectivity issues, it's definitely the weather. And we will be recording everything that we do tonight, even if we have connection issues, so they'll go up on my YouTube tomorrow. So apologies in advance if we have issues. Hopefully we won't.
Okay. Combat.
Yep. So Brad's attacking with both. Block on one of them's probably pretty free. Yeah, I'll block. Am I supposed to block either of them here? I guess I don't mind if I'm fetching anyway. So yeah, I'll block. That's fine. And our guy has first strike, so Brad has to make a move if he wants to try and save his guy.
Might.
That makes it a 3/3.
Yep.
Alright. Fetch.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine.
So-
you're after this result.
You're miting the one that this
Yes.
one's blocking. Right? Yeah. I'm gonna do it in response. I don't think it really matters. Get Sacred Foundry untapped. Go to 14.
Yep.
And whether or not I have a path at all, you should 100% fetch this untapped in this scenario because it makes your opponent question everything they're doing on can I beat the path if he has it. So now Brad's Glistener's Elf's a 3/3, mine's a 3/3 first strike. So if he wants his elf to live, he has to do something else yet again here.
Huh. All right. Twisted Image, my guy.
Sure.
I'll pass priority.
Sure. Damage.
Yep. Take one. Go.
All right. Draw. Play play Flagstones, which will care. Now the question I have to ask myself is, do we want to lose to a Spell Pierce? And I think we're in a position where we can afford to play around a Spell Pierce. I think between the Plated Geopeat here and this Knight in my hand, we can just give Brad one more turn. Because the Knight, even if we don't hit a land drop next turn, the Knight essentially generates a mana. So, by sacrificing a land and getting a new one untapped. So I'm going to go ahead and play Knight of the Reliquary out here.
Yep.
And I'm just going to go ahead and pass the turn.
14.
Yep. A lot of the...
Yeah.
Someone has asked about Spare Deck. The Aggro Scapeshift deck that I have in my hands right now is from Spare Deck. I'm sending it back tomorrow. I got it from them to play with over the weekend. Their service is great. I use Spare Deck for most of the tournaments that I play in.
Penalty even.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Combat. Attack. Triggers on the stack. Penalty even.
Sure. Food blocks?
Yep. Move to damage.
Pass my Knight.
Okay.
So this lets us play around. I guess this doesn't let us play around. This means we lose to Dismember next turn. Although, I guess this also means if we just hit a land, we just like kill him, escape shift the old-fashioned way too. So he's got him dead two different ways. I could be playing around the wrong thing here. We'll see. Got a lot of lands in our deck. So I blocked there and then path my guy to ramp. Start my turn?
Yep.
That one's okay. We're going to lead on the Manamorphose, since that is free, and we get to cycle here and see if we hit another land. So, green-red?
Yep.
That's so awkward. I feel like I've played around the Spell Pierce all this time. I should continue playing around the Spell Pierce. Maybe I've become too committed to that line. So Prismatic Omen.
Mm-hmm.
Cast Farseek.
Mm-hmm.
Valakut trigger targets Glistener Elf. Because now that Prismatic Omen's in play, all of my lands are mountains, so Valakut triggers on every single one of them.
And you have how many cards in here right now? Two?
Two.
Alright, Becomements.
Yep. And since I have Scapeshift in hand, there's no reason to try and kill Brad with this Bladed Geopeat, so I'm just going to pass the turn. Or just like 10 out of 10 blocking this Glistener Elf here.
Alright, Pendelhaven.
Yep.
Tag.
Block.
Yep. Go.
Untap, draw, cast Scapeshift.
Yeah, I'll do
Yep.
it.
And so we can just get, we can do, one of the things that's nice about this deck, especially with Prismatic Omen out, there's 4 Valakuts in here, we can do a lot of damage with Valakut triggers. And I might have been playing that game too conservatively, like I definitely had an opportunity to go for it at one point.
So I
but-
think playing around Spell Pierce there, like if I had it, the turn like
You would have gone for it earlier?
yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Right.
that's fair.
So like the turn you like shocked for the path, I probably would have pumped my other guy instead with Spell Pierce backup. Because you only had one lane open.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Yeah. I mean, I could have drawn it, but
I guess I wasn't technically just playing around Spell Pierce, like Dismember would also get my guy there.
yeah.
So that's, I think that's, since I had the Escape Shifts in my hand, that I was probably a little defensive.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know. I
you
definitely
had the
could've-
long game, right?
Yep. Yeah, definitely. That's one of the things that's really neat about this deck is it has turn 3 nut draws, and it has this deck can actually deal the 28 point of damage to your opponent by the 3rd turn of the game with step links into an Explorer, Farseek, into Escape Shift. So, all right, I'll be on the play for this game.
I don't know if I was just supposed to might my other guy though. I was telling Nick I forgot about the first strike. I thought we were trading at least.
One of the cool things though is that your the Twisted Image isn't actually dead. It's
Right.
really good against step links.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so sideboarding with this matchup, I was boarding the step links out at the tournament
Yeah.
for that reason.
Yeah.
Just like bringing in angers on the draw.
Yep.
Or bringing in angers. So I'm on the player's game and looking at my hand again. We keep having 3 landers, which is great. Like having 4 spells in our opener and our 26 land deck is awesome. So we're definitely going to keep this.
I'm going to keep 2. I have 3 lands. 2 of mine are action. We have several threats and Distortion Strike, which seems good. It's kind of medium, but it's definitely a keep.
Bella could go.
All right, 17.
Yep.
This turn. Go.
And then, again, because we have all these landfall creatures in our deck, you want to prioritize holding your fetch lands whenever possible. So since we drew this Stomping Ground, we're going to shock that in and then go ahead and Farseek here. One of the things I'm not always sure about is the tension between wanting to get mountains to just trigger the Valakut naturally. There's only 9 mountains in the deck, so I feel like we're just not doing that enough of the time. So I'm just going to go ahead and get the Temple Garden here to have better colors.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So you're at 18?
Yep.
All right, 1. Blighted Agent, go.
Alright, 1 Infect. Bladed Agent's real good against decks that can block, which includes the deck that I'm playing right now. I'll go ahead and draw for the turn. So, we've got choices here. I think we're going to lead on the Explore, just kind of get more information before we start. Actually, if I want to get the most information, I should lead on the Manamorphose. So I'll Manamorphose and make green-red.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we have all of our colors, so we don't really need to be too conservative about that. And then I'm going to go ahead and Explore.
Yep.
Storm count 2.
Storm count is 2. Yep. And the best part is when you like have multiple Manamorphoses in turn, you start announcing Storm count to your opponents. They get a little edgy. They're just like, all right. So we'll play our first land for the turn.
Yep.
And then we will we'll go ahead and Manamorphose again. Storm count is 3.
Mm-hmm.
Make
Some combination
it
of
really
white,
doesn't
right?
matter. I have a fetch land in my hand, so green.
Sure,
Let's say
okay.
green red. Draw. And we actually got rewarded for choosing green red. We'll play this, play the GOP, and then play this fetch land and pass the turn.
Pendelhaven, my Blighted Agent.
Yep, no blocks. Go to 3.
3.
Go. Alright, draw for the turn. Drew another plated GOP. That's pretty good. Play this fetch land out. Crunch with my nerd.
Alright. I don't know your deck.
It's
So I'm just going to ask you. I don't think I'm dead.
I don't
Say
think,
anything?
and that's one of the best things about this is I think every Infect player I played in that tournament would 100% take a block here.
Yeah, so I don't really know his deck.
There's no way you're dead. You're like
But
zero.
from what I can tell, there's no way I'm dead. Yeah.
Correct, yeah,
Like,
you're-
he can't instant speed scape shift. He doesn't have a knight out on the battlefield.
Quicken.
Fetch, breeding, pull, quicken, bro.
Yeah.
Sure.
Picking up.
Yeah, no blocks. Yeah, definitely not blocking.
I want to fetch down to 15.
Team Battle
To
Rage.
get
Comments.
Yeah. Like,
Get a Sacred
one.
Foundry. Yeah, Battle Rage is a real card.
Yeah.
1,
with comments.
2.
I've taken 3 so far.
Yeah.
So
I'm just counting your landfall triggers. You've only
I've
used 2 right
used
now.
2 landfall triggers, yeah, so take 5.
yep, 12.
You're to 12. And then we'll go ahead and play up 2 more idiots. Go ahead.
Is this like Deck's favorite matchup is Suicide?
I mean, we're an aggressive deck, so we have a good, okay matchup against the deck that wants to hurt itself.
Yeah.
Jeez, man. Just
Yeah.
a 3.
Yep.
Pendelhaven.
Yep.
You're 5 now.
5.
Go.
Halfway there, man. It's fine.
Alright, so go ahead and we'll draw for the turn here. So Brad's at what? 12?
12.
Just 12?
Yeah, only 12.
That's all? Only 12? Play Flagstones or Trill Care, trigger
Yeah.
flag. So it's basically just another fetch land. It's not that good.
It's great with your knight.
Yeah, it's going to be over there now.
So that's two landfall triggers here.
+4/+4.
So these guys are casual 5/5s.
How big is Knight?
Knight's just a baby 4/4.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and, gosh, you're at 12?
Yeah.
That's really inconvenient. I can make these 11/11s. Crunch. Pass priority.
Pay 2 life. Apostle's Blessing. Pro Rid.
You're 10. Okay.
Pay 2 life. Apostle's Blessing. Pro Rid.
Yeah, you're 8.
I'm at 8.
Good.
Pass.
Oh, they're gonna die.
Right.
Yeah,
that's
they're dead.
exactly how magic works. Sure, they're dead. Go.
Infect's a fun mechanic.
Yes, it is. So again, the interaction there is because these have first strike, they don't kill Brad's guys that are protection from red, and then they deal damage to my guys on the crackback. And
Correct.
I die from poison counters. Sure.
Pump.
No locks.
6, 7.
Go to 6. Should be 5.
Yep, dead.
Fun deck.
That's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it was.
Just
So if I
one
would have had one more. Wait, yeah. I
You're one short.
needed one more mountain, which
Yeah.
actually ended up coming up that I.
You
Well, I guess the flagstones wouldn't have been a mountain either way. Yeah.
What'd you fetch? A stomping ground, really?
The Temple Garden I could have turned into a
Oh,
tornado
yeah,
mountain
sure,
with the knight.
sure.
So we were one land away from making the Valakut be.
And I think, like Jeff said, the important turn for me there was not blocking the first time.
You would have lost your guy.
But a lot of Infect players would have.
And so something worth noting there is that I guess I still would have died. I could have saved one of my guys if I had a Sajiri step in my deck, but I don't think that really matters.
My card, you cut it.
Yeah.
Cheery step.
So the original list, and I talk about this deck and where it came from in my article. It's going to go up on Friday. The original list had a Sajiri step in it and a Soaring Sea Cliff in the sideboard. And I was going through all the matchups in Modern where Soaring Sea Cliff wasn't just unblockable, and it was like exactly Birds of Paradise decks where Sajiri step was better for terms of unblockable, and Birds of Paradise decks are good matchups anyways for decks like this.
Yep.
And the Soaring Sea Cliff is much better against Affinity. Obviously, they're both awkward there because they have Flying Idiots on top of Colorless Idiots, but the Soaring Sea Cliff is infinitely better against Bant Eldrazi,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yep.
which is a fairly popular deck right now.
I went through and explained the GOP dying.
Yep, we're up to a little over 300 people in chat there. Welcome, thanks for hanging out. We're battling with the deck that I top 4'd the Classic in Richmond with over this weekend. We're currently 2-1 in Infect's favor. So far, the person on the draw has won every game.
That is weird. It is very true, though.
Okay, Brad's going to take us through his opener. I'm going to take us through mine.
All right, we're going to keep. We have a couple threats. We have a Noble. I'm probably going to lead on the Noble this game just because we have an Inkmoth as well. I don't know. It's tough. Let's see. How do we sequence if... I mean, it's definitely a keep. I'm going to think about how I'm
2-1
going
in
to...
his favor.
Yeah. I'm going to think about how I'm going to sequence, but we've got land, spells, Noble, and threat, so we're good.
You want to start a ticker so we remember?
Yeah.
So on my side of the table, Manamorphose looks odd in this deck. And then you get a hand like this, where we've got these 3 lands that make red mana, but we've got Manamorphose
so I
and
can do
Prismatic
this.
Omen, so everything's going to be alright. Start us off, Brad.
All right, 18, Glistener Elf.
That's Valakut go. This deck's great.
7. 16.
Let's see.
Alright, so we've got Valakut, Soaring Sea Cliff, Steplings, Stairs Reliquary, Prismatic Omen, Manamorphose.
That's a lot of Valakuts.
That's a lot of Valakuts.
And this is tap 2, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So right now I can't Manamorphose
Amulet
next
Vigor.
turn.
It's right there, Brad. You just gotta believe.
Sure.
It's a deck only a mother could love.
Am I supposed to? No.
Did you draw?
Yeah, I drew.
Okay, sure. Just make it through.
2.
Yep.
Go.
We did not get there. Spoiler. Go.
Another. Oh, okay.
Alright,
I was like,
now you're
another
dead.
Valagut?
Yeah, I think you're dead.
No, you're not dead.
No, we don't have enough fetch lands to kill him.
God bless. Fun modern decks for under 100. I'd recommend playing a game not Magic.
3.
I know that sounds really rude, but like
actually.
Or I guess
Oh,
not
yeah,
Magic,
it's the same.
a different format. Like honestly, you're better off. Like they're just competitive decks don't exist for that price point and format. Even like standard competitive decks don't really exist
anymore.
at the $100 price point.
It's
and
really
you should
tough.
like talk your friends into playing Pauper or playing casual Magic. And Hex is really nice.
Hex is a great
Hearthstone's great. Eternal's great. Like find a digital card game that's much more affordable. We're probably just did here. Manamorphose?
Yeah.
Green, white. Okay.
Can you do it?
Manamorphose. Green, white.
Jeez. Nice draw.
Explore.
Yep.
I need a Caleb Shear token.
Oh, am I supposed to explore there? That's real greedy. That's wrong.
Alright, 2 in the bank. Okay.
Go.
Okay.
I did?
Yes.
You definitely.
Yes, 100% did. You guys have 5 currently. Yeah, he's dead.
I don't have enough lands though.
What do you mean?
You become immense?
You have to comments.
You're
Oh,
right
it's exactly
Yeah,
six.
yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit. Hand was slow on the draw. I think on the play I probably would have killed you.
I like Delve.
Math's
Yeah,
hard.
yeah,
That's why people
yeah.
play Infect. You only have to count the
Well, I
half.
forgot about the double.
That's why you play Burn, you like to count to 15.
Like line them up in the back with the lands so your opponent doesn't see them either.
Look, Hearthstone's great for a very specific type of person who's looking for a very specific type of game. If you're someone that enjoys the type of game that Magic is, Hearthstone's probably not particularly interesting. The games aren't interactive, they're not long, the deck building's kind of dry and clean cut.
Hearthstone's a great game when you just have, 20 minutes.
Correct,
And
yeah.
You just want to play some games.
Or if you're on the toilet, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a mobile. It's great.
Yeah, I think Little BWO had the best advice. Start investing in lands, and then go from there slowly.
Yeah, it takes time.
I didn't find Eternal particularly interesting compared to other digital TCGs. Didn't seem like
I
it was
also
doing,
did not.
it didn't seem like it was doing anything particularly unique or interesting.
No.
Which it's nothing. I hate that people love to be offended
They
in the
get
world we live in.
upset.
When you say you don't enjoy something that other people enjoy, people take that as I'm crapping on them personally.
Yeah.
And I'm not even saying that the game is. I'm just saying it just wasn't there for me.
Have you seen the feedback on my article before?
Correct. Yeah. It's like I don't like this, and I'm offended that you don't like this too.
Was Eternal the card game with like the board of people, or what was that?
No,
card?
that's Duelist.
Duelist.
Eternal is the one from Direwolf Digital. That's
Okay.
it's Hex with Hearthstone graphics and
yeah.
Hearthstone. It's a CCG, so the
Yeah.
collecting. I hate grinding CCGs. The grind is so miserable. I'm the type of person where I play a game to be competitive, and I just want to okay, who do I give my money to buy a deck so I can worry about playing the game, not playing the game to play the game. And people are like, oh, well, you can just buy booster packs. Then I have to learn how to grind things down into dust. And there's no you can't tell me that for my $100 I'm going to guarantee get my deck.
Yeah.
If I'm lucky, I'm going to get my deck, and then I have just that deck. And I can't trade that into something else or borrow it to try. And sorry, I'm not going to stop ranting about CCGs here.
That's why I skipped the cinematics in World of Warcraft. I don't care about the quest. I don't care about the lore. I just want to play the raids, man.
All right, so Brad and I are both mulliganing here. This is game 5, so I'm on the play this time.
Correct.
My hand's very good.
Lanes?
We've got 1 drop, 2 drop. We've got some lands and stuff here. So yeah.
All right, I'm keeping. We've got 3 of the same threat, and it's a slow threat, but I don't think I'd throw back.
Oh, we get Scries.
Yeah.
Scry me
You guys are
over.
so
This
lucky.
is so much better for me. I'll show that, right?
You can't keep that.
I'm gonna bottom this stomping ground. We just got so many lands in our deck. We'd much rather have a chance to draw action. So 18 step lengths go.
Oh, twisted
God, your hand sucks.
I know.
This deck's so bad without Phyrexian cards.
It's true, man. When I was building this today, I was like, this has so much Phyrexian mana. There's
So,
no way this.
Now we have kind of an impasse where you have to decide what line we want to take here. We could be really greedy and try and go for a super fast kill by Manamorphosing and Far Seeking into the right things. But I think it's probably better to be more conservative. Just fetch shock, deck for 4,
Yep.
and then play this plated GOP'd out post combat off of stomping ground.
Brad's at 16, Jeff's at 15.
Yep. Good.
Should be the other way.
Tie
Yeah,
game,
yeah,
15 up.
Yep.
I can count.
I love. It's funny. I was saying this before the stream. Someone just asked, have I abandoned the core deck? Magic's fun to try different things, and Kiki is one of the many tier 2 and tier 3 decks in Modern that's reasonable and fun to play. So I like to try different things. Magic's great, and variety is the spice of life.
All right. we drew a probe, but I don't need a card right now. And we're just like, this is our game plan, so I'm not going to probe yet.
Game plan is to die. Got it.
Yeah.
We're probably dead.
So we'll go ahead and we'll draw here. Ooh, we hit a fetch land. That's pretty good. Alright, we'll start by Manamorphosing. Green red. Draw.
Oh god, you might be dead.
Oh.
Then we'll go ahead and play this fetch land. We'll play this Farseek.
Nice.
Get another fetch. You can get any land, right?
No, it's
Oh, okay.
it's non.
It's non-
It's so
Oh,
Farseek-
non-forest land.
It's non-forest. It specifies every land type other
Right.
than forest.
That's
So, can't block, must attack.
Man, that's aggro.
That's fair. Okay.
It's
I think I'm just supposed to pass priority here. So yeah, Brad takes 5 of these trade.
10.
And again, I want to save this because this has first strike, and this could help it win a combat later. So go ahead.
I drew exactly what I wanted to draw.
God bless.
Yeah. Happens. I got a 9. Get a forest. Play this. Pass.
You're holding forest up.
Yep.
Draw for the turn.
It's actually like a little.
That's actually what I got.
Am I?
Yeah, man.
Oh no.
Blow blockers.
Sure.
We'll go ahead and play Flagstones, which will
Chilies.
care. Cast Prismatic Omen.
Good.
Yep.
This is what I like.
Attack for 3.
Lark.
Pass priority.
Pay 2 life. Pro red.
7. What's it like?
Good.
Drawing the exact card I wanted to draw.
Let's go one time.
Game.
You're at 7.
Nice.
You're in business, man.
I mean, he's at 0 infect. I'm
Yep.
at 7.
Start probing. Let's go.
No way, man.
What do you mean, no way? Dead anyway.
This is Valak away from killing me.
And you can pay for
There
it.
you go, man.
Yeah, if Brad takes even 1 more point of damage, Valakut off the top kills him because of this fetch land and the Prismatic Omen that's in play.
Oh, can you kill him for?
Shut up.
No, seriously. Oh, that's
That's not what you
that's not what I
thought
thought
it
it
was.
was.
Yes.
God, I'm so
No,
hot.
yeah,
I
I-
wish you'd have killed you on the crackback.
Alright, 1, yeah.
Yep, take 1.
Go.
God, I was hoping you had him.
No.
'Cause you
So
would've
many
had him,
draws to
actually.
kill Brad here, but this one's a redraw.
I like it.
Make green red.
Yep.
Play your land and pass.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're doing it.
Oh god.
Oh yeah. Doesn't do anything.
It
But
doesn't really do anything. 2.
Yep, take 2. Go to 3.
next turn though.
Doesn't change.
He's
Go.
at 3.
Yeah, but like, playing this doesn't change anything.
I think you have to like cast this at some point.
This? Or this?
No, this. Yeah.
Oh. Yep.
Cycle.
I mean, I want to do it the turn I think I'm going to kill him.
Alright.
I mean, you might just
Or the
want to
turn,
have.
like, right before. Like, I'm
I
not
thought you might
forced
not
to do
have-
it, yeah.
I thought you might not have enough.
Cast
time.
Scape Shift.
Yep.
Get a bunch of Valakuts
Please
and
be
kill
a
you.
spell pierce. God, that would've been so-
If it was, I would have like, that was right.
Yeah.
Top
So,
card was
for people
Valkyrie.
that are new to Modern or Magic in general, I'm going to explain how Scape Shift works with the kill for one time here. So, we're going to go ahead and put Valakut up on the screen here. Because I have the Prismatic Omen card out, along with Valakut the Molten Pinnacle. So, Prismatic Omen makes all of my cards, all 5 basic land types. And then how Scape Shift works is it puts 4 Valakuts, it puts any lands I want into play, but we're going to get all 4 Valakuts for the max amount of BM damage here. And so we had 3 other lands out there, so we'd get like 4 Valakuts and 3 other lands here. So the amount of damage we would deal to Brad with this Scape Shift is equal to 12 times the number of lands we control, because each land triggers Valakut, each of these Valakuts 1 time, and there's 4 Valakuts, so we deal 12, 12, 12, 12, 12 to Brad, and deal, that's more than 80.
12 times 7.
No, yeah, 84 sounds
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Sure. That's why I use a calculator.
And then you can swing with your GOP
He's with your GeoPeats too, yeah.
for 100.
So, Prismatic, I'll go ahead and put Prismatic Omen up there for folks too. Prismatic Omen is just an enchantment that makes all your lands all basic land types, so makes everything Valakut friendly.
And it's usually ran in the Scape Shift decks that want to try to combo sooner.
Yeah. And this deck is, the Prismatic Omen's nice in this deck too, because we have Knight of the Reliquary, you can use Knights to search up Valakuts once you have 6 lands, and then just start triggering Valakuts that way.
Yep.
With Prismatic Omen in play, you cannot get Force with Farseek. Prismatic Omen only affects your lands that are on the battlefield, not the lands that are in your deck.
Oh, the clear draw.
You're on the
You're on the draw.
Draw.
So you're on the play this game. We are 2-3 in your favor.
Correct.
All right, I'm gonna keep missing blue mana, but I have a noble, so that's blue mana.
My hand is pretty good. I would always prefer to be on the play, obviously, because welcome to Magic. But we've got threats, we've got interaction, we've got land.
This
So
hand's actually good, I think.
start us off, Brad.
Go.
That was a very good draw. If we could have picked the cards we drew that turn, that would have been towards the top of them. We're gonna go ahead and play a Stepplinks and pass.
No.
Yep. I'll draw for the turn. Got some choices here. Chances of dying next turn are pretty low. I'm gonna go ahead and play this and attack.
No locks.
I'm gonna fetch.
All right, response to the fetch.
You're dismembering my guy.
That's so freaking rude, Brad.
It's about Phyrexian mana.
Okay. Yep. So Brad's down to what?
16.
16. I'm gonna go to 17.
Yep.
And get Stomping Ground here. And I think there's a pretty low chance that we die next turn, so I'm just gonna go ahead and play this play to GOP'd out. Go ahead.
You definitely need the Manamorphose fixing. Just FYI.
Just
Nice.
immediately punished.
Nice game you got.
Alright, don't think I need the mana this turn. So, Dryad Arbor. And it doesn't change.
Right.
So, 2.
Go 2 poison.
Good. So sad. Like, I wasn't going to do it. Alright.
Persic.
Yep.
Temple Garden. Shock in a Sacred Foundry untapped.
15.
Attack for 5.
Tough.
Block. With the Dryad Arbor.
Yep.
Twisted Image. Drew it after the... Just dismembered the Stepplinks.
You're just cycling it?
I'm just cycling it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mm.
Pass bird.
Take. Good.
Well, still 16 to 15, right? With 2 infect. You
Yeah.
got that.
Yep. Yeah. Fetch shock. 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 Yeah.
2.
Yep. No locks.
4.
Go for it.
Pass.
16 for Brad, 15 for Jeff, 4
Double
infect.
check
Huh. It's an interesting draw. So I'm gonna go ahead and play Stepplinks out.
Yep.
Just it's getting worse and worse.
Yep. It's alright.
How
We
many,
got a
how many cards you got?
3.
3. Deck 1.
What?
Best bird.
Possible. Pro right now. Well, I guess possible.
Thinking. So you're taking 2 to do that. You go to
14.
14. So now I have a decision to make here. Basically, I have to pick a line and pick what I'm willing to lose to here. I think I'm supposed to path my GOP'd because we have both of these in my hand, which means if Brad doesn't try and kill us, we can do this to the Stepplinks and then possibly kill Brad our next turn. So, and even if Brad does try and kill us, and then we have to try and stop him, then we could still rip a land and kill Brad on our turn. So, yeah, I'm gonna ramp path our GOP here.
You can.
I know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, though.
I would have done a different line personally.
Really?
Yeah, I would have just let it die and then just go for it with the backup.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they would have been exactly. And you would have to have
Oh,
double.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yep.
So I'm gonna pass my Geopardy.
That's fine. Yep.
So I'm gonna go get a
Yeah.
forest and.
Good point, Nick.
I'm all done. Go ahead.
For some reason, I thought I was one short. Oh,
Okay,
didn't matter anyway.
I'll forgive you.
Lands, might my guy.
You have a protection spell?
Yeah.
Yeah, good beats. I have a second path, so Brad's got another protection spell. I have another path, but he's
Yeah.
got
Not wrong, yeah.
another protection spell. I could have.
Well, Nick's line like protects against that too, but like if I just block with Inkmoth Nexus, let it die, swing. I'm swinging for 6. Or no,
It's the same thing regardless.
Yeah, yeah,
I use a path
yeah.
either way. I could have not pathed my own guy to. I could have just like let my guy die to your apostles busting, and then my 2 paths could have beaten your line. But I think that's playing to not lose the game as opposed to playing to win.
it's not double backup though, because like if he has 2 removal
I
spells,
mean, I would have just kept on swinging for 2 eventually because you have a lot of chump blocks with the ink blocks. This is repeatedly.
Okay, so your line where you're swinging for sure. I think that's what a lot of my Infect opponents did this
Right.
weekend. He would have 100% lost the game, not killing me
I
his
think
next
you're
turn.
right.
Right.
Because if Brad doesn't kill me that turn, I'm going to path both of my creatures, play a Prismatic Omen, and Scape Shift and kill him.
Yeah, fair enough.
And that's one of the things where like there's a lot of room on both sides of the table to hang yourself. Like, and if you hadn't drawn the second Ink Moth there, I could have Scape Shifted and pathed your blocker for.
Yeah.
With the Siduri step, yeah, with the. Yep.
3 and 3.
4
No,
2.
4-2.
So people talking about control decks being okay, like that's just like occasionally your control deck hits the matchups that like you were sideboarded to beat or your main deck to beat. So occasionally that works. Like
My problem with the control decks in Modern are that you have to draw the exact right half of your deck based on the deck you're playing against. That's what it always
Right.
seems like.
I always tell people too, is
Alright,
like,
let's swap this up. Actually, we've been
Sure,
doing this for a
yeah.
little while.
That's fine.
You wanna
You want this?
go ahead and stop recording? Is that Bantal drowsy?
yeah, you want this?
Yeah, you know what? Let's do that.